Hi there, I am the utopian trainer. Now, not only has my daughter got chickenpox, now my son has got chickenpox as well. So I'm going to be like another 2 weeks before I get to doing this promised video on why people vote for so-called populists. So in the meantime, I thought, what can I do? I'll deal with something that's really important for me at the moment. Very big theme, namely childcare. Currently, both of my kids are in the bedroom at the moment doing something. Let's see if I can get this video to the end without me being needed for doing something. 26 seconds, that's great. Right, so here are 10 features of a utopic childcare. I've just made these things up. I've not researched them like I would normally do. So maybe they're not good ideas, but let's give them a go. And yes, here we go. First of all, in a utopia, all people will be able to have children, not just heterosexual people. Yeah, I'm living in Poland where, if you're not heterosexual, getting children is not easy. So therefore, in a utopic society, no one would be excluded from able to have children. In vitro, surrogacy, state-financed, legal, form. But you're thinking, but this means like anyone can have children? Because maybe people who do bad things can have children. And of course, this happens now. Heterosexual people do not have to prove that they're good parents, or they will be good parents in order to have the children. So then why should people who are not heterosexual have to face this issue? However, there's a way to deal with this, I believe. Prenatal courses provided for all parents-to-be, which are not just dealing with the issues of pregnancy and birth and the beginning, like a few weeks, but rather dealing with emotional issues. It includes free individual therapy, lasting like a few months before the pregnancy, before the birth. So you're thinking, say, if you're getting like parents who will be later, will be more liable to be abusive towards their children, this kind of therapy, which will then be starting before the birth, and then either continuing in a form of therapy or continuing in a form of like regular meetings once a month or something like that, how things are going. So that parents not left alone, there'll be some trained support given to them for free. So I think this would then alleviate the kind of stresses and problems that people are having, which then manifest themselves with treating the children badly. This is relevant for people of all kind of sexual orientations. So there we go. Second thing is that, free childcare for the first 4 years of a child's life. Oliver James is a very good psychologist, and he says, he was looking at all his research saying children need to be with their at least one key adult until they're 2 years old. But this doesn't really happen now because of pressures for work, the pressures for money, the pressures for having some kind of success in career. But the pressure for money is a very big thing. This isn't happening. And also people wanting to feel I can go back to work, I can have some kind of success in life, and therefore even from 6 months, years old, since 6 months old, the children are then being put into nurseries. Now this is very understandable in the current context. And this is also affecting things like breastfeeding. If mothers or other women are able to breastfeed, this is a very good thing, which research is showing it should be happening for 2 years. However, for very understandable reasons, not all mothers are able to do this, or they have the time or the abilities to do this because of the way society currently has with regards to work. So therefore, free childcare, which means there will be one person looking after the child. It wouldn't be this big rush to get home to pick up the kids or something like this. But also that the people will be able to take time off work for up to 4 years, which means people would not be thinking, no, I can't afford to look after my kids. However, linked to this is the fact that all forms of childcare will be paid. It won't be the days of, grandparents doing all this unpaid work that enable then the parents to do things. No, this will be paid. And maybe it will be lay people, maybe it will be trained people. But I think it should be recognized that childcare, this means that if me as a father taking time, I'm not going to be going doing the paid work, but I'm going to be then paid in terms of the hours I'm going to be doing with the children, and then people are doing breastfeeding and be paid for doing breastfeeding. Why not being paid? This is the childcare that we as parents do provides for society. And later, businesses currently profit from the skills that these children's been. So this therefore should be paid through taxation. I'll come to that. That's going to be point 10. Point 4. Point 4? Yes, point 4. A very flexible and fluid gender roles. So it's not even the case in this kind of utopia of mine that, you're not going to be like a real man, a real father until you're going to be working your ass off and providing for the family. It's a lot of shite, this. The gender roles of the future will be just based upon the way, like, diversity, and that it's not going to be like based upon some kind of like egotistical. I mean, this is kind of linked maybe to therapy, that the egotistical like career development in order to prove something to yourself. I mean, that's all fair enough, but this is going to be a society where you're going to be kind of judged on your kind of like service to society. And this is then going to be happening through education. Education will not just going to be like a based on like preparing you for working later in some business, some industry or something, rather it's going to be based on providing you for society. And this means that on an individual basis, however, based a lot among some democratically controlled core subjects within schools and within other places of learning. And when I say democratically controlled, I mean it's not that like businesses and military have like a big influence on what people should then be learning. Point 5. No, point 5 was point 3. No, anyway, the next point is that, however, the reason why now men are more likely to be paid well from in places of work from the time in which babies are then coming into their lives is because they're taking less time out of work. And therefore, when promotions are happening, they're the people who are like around and like the mothers who are then being away, yeah? So this is something which needs to be then dealt with. Namely, I don't know really, as I say, I just like wildly come up with ideas, maybe a quota system. I mean, most bearing in mind that both parents will be then be given this 4 years time off doing the work. So it's not just going to be something which is going to be irrelevant for women, rather men are going to be their way as well. And so this means slowly all people will be having gone through this, and they'll be more open to other people who have gone through the same thing of taking time off work. I think the next point is that like a 20-hour working week or a 16-hour work week will provide for more flexibility across the workforce. So it's not just going to be, oh no, this person isn't here. Oh no, how are we going to survive? But rather, many people will be having the skills. There'll be like a better investment into individual people, and not, I mean, like all across the board, and not just like upon individual people. So it's not so like if one person isn't going to be there for a few years, the place will still continue because other people have been doing, like one person's doing 20 hours a week, another person's like fulfilling like the rest of the time. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. It does make sense. So this is like related to the next point, rather there'll be proper investment into research and development from the state. It's currently the case that research and development is something which is more benefiting like the big businesses. Through like various algorithms, for example, the people are benefiting from the algorithms. This is coming through state support, through state financing, but the profits of this isn't being reaped in a democratic way. Rather, individual people on the board of places like Google are benefiting from this. So therefore, there's going to be like a proper state investment across all the board, which means people will be getting better skills all over the place. And it's not just going to be people being forced to do some kind of like night calls in order to be good at work. And point 10. Point 9, I should say. That the form of learning that children will be doing will enable them to make mistakes and get hurt. It's not going to be this like, oh no, they're going to get hurt. Let's just get being scared of the cold or that kind of business. No, we want children to be tough and within obvious limits. And all of this I'm coming for is always my answer to everything is cutting down on tax avoidance of the big firms. There's a lot of money out there. These kind of ideas of mine, they can easily be paid for if these loopholes can be cut down, if tax avoidance at places like Amazon and Starbucks and so weiter will be cut down. So here's the video. If you liked it, please click on the subscribe button. And even if you didn't like it, click on the subscribe button anyway. That would make my day. Click on the notification bell. I've managed to get the video done without my children coming to me. Anyway, I wish you a nice evening. Goodbye, everyone.